Masechta Bava basra, Daf Kuf Yud Zayin, Amar Aleph, the starting of the Mishnah on Kuf Te Zayin, Amid Beis, 4 lines on the bottom. Sagt die Mishnah, B'nai Slavchat, now the Shleish Chalak Menachla, that the B'nai Slavchat, the daughter of Slavchat, took 3 Chalakim in the Yerush of Eretz Yisrael. One Chelik was Chelik Avim. One Chelik they got was the Chelik from the father Slavchat, Shahayim Yaitz Mitzrayim. He was amongst those that left Mitzrayim. And we're going to learn that they had to be over the age of 20. A second chelik they got was from Slavchat's father, together with the brothers of Slavchat in the Chasm of Chefer. And a third chelik is Slavchat was the firstborn by Chefer. So later Slavchat would take 2 parts. So they got an additional part. That was the third part that the daughters of Slavchat got. So this that we learned in the Mishnah that Slavchat was in the Chelik of Eretz Yisrael because Slavchat was from those that left Mitzrayim. Obviously, holds Kimat Omar, like the one who says Liyetz Mitzrayim is Chalka Aretz, that the Eretz Yisrael was divided according to those that left Mitzrayim. The Tanya that we learned in the Brayse, Rabbi Yeshua says, the land was divided according to those that left Eretz Mitzrayim. Shadav, like it says in the pasuk, Lishmeis, according to the names, Matos of the Shvatim Avosim of their fathers, Yimchalo, shall they inherit. So the Yemar Elamani Mekayim. So we have a pasuk that proves that we count according to, we divided the Eretz Yisrael according to those that left inside. So how could I explain the pasuk that says, to these shall the land be divided as a Yerusha, which implies that the land was divided to those who actually entered Eretz Yisrael. And for the Gemara La'ela, that this is Ka'ela, that the phrase, to these La'ela, Yudashin, it means kaila, like these who were over 20 years old. Those that were over 20 years old were only shy to get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. So too, those from the Yaitz Mitzrayim that the children would inherit them was only if they were 20 years old at the time when they left Mitzrayim. Then the children could inherit them. But what's if those that left Mitzrayim were under the age of 20, the children would not get a chelik because they didn't get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. To exclude those that left in the Eretz Mitzrayim under the age of 20, that they didn't get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. So Rabbi Yonason argues, and he says, Nabaya Aretz, Nishalka Aretz, that the land of Eretz Yisrael was divided according to those who entered according to those that actually entered the land of Eretz Yisrael. Elamani Mekayim Vetzach L'Shayla. How do we explain Lishmeis Matis Havaisam? It says that according to the names of the Shvatim of their fathers, that's how it should be. That's how they should inherit, and the land should be divided that way. So here we see it goes according to the land of Eretz Yisrael was divided according to the Yaitz Mitzrayim. And for the Gemara, it's coming to tell us a drasha. Mishuna nachlazu mikol nachlash b'eilam. That this inheritance of the way it was divided and divided into chalakim was different than all inheritance. Shekol nachlash b'eilam chayin yesh l'samesim. All the nachlas, inheritance of the world, the living inherit the dead. Kan Meisim Yoshan Chaim, but over here in this case, the Meisim are inheriting the live ones. What does that mean? It means that first they entered Eretz Yisrael. Let's say there was Reuben and Shimon who were from the Yaitz Mitzrayim, and there Reuben had 1 son and Shimon had 10 sons. And the children entered into Eretz Yisrael. So if they would go according to the halakim they got, so you count 10 plus 1, 10 from Shimon's children, 1 from Reuven, so it's 11 halakim. Then it would go back to their fathers, to Reuben and Shimon, and then the Reuben and Shimon, between each other, they would divide the 11 chalakim, and each one would take 5.5 and give it to their children. Rabbi, and Rabbi said, Amshal Hamashal, I'll give you an example to what this is compared to. L'shnei achim kayanim, to two brothers who were kayanim, shahayu v'yachas, that lived in one city, and they made a pact between each other, and that they're going to divide everything. So l'echad, to one of the brothers, yesh le'bein echad, v'echad yesh le'shnei banim. One of the brothers of the Kahanim had one son and one had two sons. And the children went like Goyden. He went to the granary to receive the tumah for their fathers. These three children went to receive the tumah for their fathers. The one that had two children took 2 chalakim of tumah, and the one that had 1 chelek. Again, the one that had 1 son took one chelek, 1 portion of tumah, and the one that had 2 children took 2 portions of tumah, and then the children would return it to the father, these portions, and then out of the 3 portions, they took the 3 portions and divided in half, and that's how they would give it to the children. Al said by here, like we just said before, that Reuben had 1 son, Shimon had 10 sons. When they entered Yisrael, they got 11 chalakim. They would bring it back to Reuben and Shimon, and they would divide it, and each one would get 5.5 and 5.5. So the Brisa now brings a third sheet. Rav Shimon ben Elazar says, La'elu ulay, let's talk about it. Side to the Yetz Mitzrayim and side to those that entered Eretz Yisrael, the land was divided. In order to fulfill the following 2 psukim that we had for that one pasuk says that the land of Eretz Yisrael was divided. For the Yetz Mitzrayim, the pasuk of L'shmeis Matas Avaisam, and the other pasuk, which we brought, was Leila Techalek, in order to fulfill that pasuk that it was divided for those that entered Yisrael. Hakate said, how do we coincide that it was for both? Says Gemara, if Hayim Yetz Mitzrayim, if the children, if the people from Yetz Mitzrayim were above 20, and they weren't from those that entered Yisrael, Neitel Chelkei im Yetz Mitzrayim. So they, let's say when they entered Yisrael, they were too young, so they would take their chelek because of the forefathers that left Mitzrayim. It says, like, let's say, the Rashbam brings down, Adam that was Shaya ben Esmin if a person was 20 or older when he left Mitzrayim, and he had children in the Bidva, and the person who left Mitzrayim died before entering Eretz Yisrael, just like Kol Yetz Mitzrayim from 20 and above died because of the sin of the Meraglim. And when entering the children entering Eretz Yisrael, they were under the age of 20. So they couldn't take a chelik on their own. So they took the chelik aviyam when the chelik of their father, when they left Mitzrayim, they were above 20. The father, even though these that entered Eretz Yisrael were younger, they got the father's chelik. What's if the father died in Mitzrayim, or he left, the father died in Mitzrayim, so he wasn't from the Yetz Mitzrayim, or when he left Mitzrayim, he was under the age of 20, but coming into Eretz Yisrael, they were over the age of 20. So Hayim Bayaretz, if they were over the age of 20 coming into Eretz Yisrael, but the Yetz Mitzrayim, but the fathers who left Mitzrayim, Either their fathers died in Mitzrayim, or when they left Mitzrayim, they were under age of 20. Then they take their chelik together with those that enter Eretz Yisrael. Mikan and Mikan. But how's it? You have those that left Mitzrayim, which was at 20 years old, and he was also from those that entered Eretz Yisrael, which was above the age of 20 as well. So then, Neutling, he would take two chalakim. Here it says, whoever was 20 and up older, going out of Mitzrayim, had a chelik in Eretz Yisrael, right? And then those that entered also Eretz Yisrael also got a chelik, so they would get two chalakim. The Brisa continues on the different people that lost their chelik in Eretz Yisrael. Meraglim, those that spoke about bad about Eretz Yisrael, so they didn't get any chelik in Eretz Yisrael. Yeshua and Kalev not for Chalka. Yeshua and Kalev, who did speak good about Eretz Yisrael, took their portion, even though the Meraglim were from the Yetz Mitzrayim. They did, and they were above 20, and they were fit that their children should inherit their part. Nevertheless, they didn't get it because Yeshua Kalev got their chelik on the schar not to join in the bad talking about Eretz Yisrael. Those complainers, together with the Gemeinde of Kayach, all of them, those people did not get a chelik in Eretz Yisrael. Abanim, and the children of those sinners, how did they get a chelik? They took a chelik in Eretz Yisrael, b'schus avi avihem, in the merit of their grandfather, not the father who joined in Adas Kairach or with the Meraglim, but rather than their grandfather, or b'schus avi noiseyim, or in the schus of the father of the mother's side, and the mother inherited because there was no other Yarshim. So, like we said, the sole heir was the mother. So that's how the children of the sinners were able to get parts of Eretz Yisrael. From where do we know to imply that the pasuk of Lishmeis Matzah is connected with those that left Mitzrayim? Maybe it's connected to the Shvatim themselves, to the 12 sons of Yaakov, when he's come to tell us that the land is divided between the Shvatim equally. And later on, when they come to divide, so every Shevet, they would divide the Chalakim according to the Shvatim of the original 12 Shvatim. They would divide the land when they entered Eretz Yisrael, and without taking into account the Yetz Mitzrayim. Sagt die Gemara, the Chsiv, because it says in the pasuk, "V'nasati oisa lachem eresha ani Hashem." It says that I shall give it, meaning the land of Eretz Yisrael, to you as a legacy, because I am Hashem. So this pasuk is referring to that when Moshe had spoken to David, told Moshe to tell the Yidden who were then Avodim to Parei that he would redeem them from this shibud, and he would award them the land of Eretz Yisrael, which Hashem had promised to his forefathers. So you see, the Eibishter was awarding the Yetz Mitzrayim, those that will leave Mitzrayim. And we'll stop over here.